to the first episode of Fringe TV, and it's also the first night of the Adelaide Fringe Festival. I'm Pippa Hansen, and this is Liam Flanagan, and here we are at Victoria Square where the opening parade is about to kick off. So much fun.
For the next 4 and a bit weeks, the city of Adelaide loses its mind. We've got comedy, cabaret, theatre, dance and everything in between, and Fringe TV is going to be covering it all.
There is something wrong with your camera. There is something wrong with wrong.
You're watching Fringe TV.
On today's show, we catch up with English musician Passenger, as well as chatting to all the Australian bands at the Fuse Festival. Then we go and check out the Adelaide Fringe's more unique venues, the Adelaide Jail.
But before all that, we catch up with the man behind all this, the director of the Adelaide Fringe, Mr. Greg Clark, and get his thoughts on this year's festival. So I'm here today at the Tuxedo Cat, one of the venues for this year's Fringe Festival. Joining me today is the director of the Adelaide Fringe, Mr. Greg Clark. Greg, thanks for giving Fringe TV some time.
Oh, my pleasure.
You're obviously probably a very busy man at the moment.
Yeah, it's pretty flat chat, especially the last 2 weeks have been full on, but it's all coming together and I think everyone just wants it to start now. I just love it. I just love the whole thing. I just kind of go every night to about 1 million things. And it's bigger than it's ever been before. It's about, there's 20% more events on. There's 923 shows on. I mean, that's extraordinary. There's a lot more venues, and there's a lot more venues popping up all over the city in all sorts of unusual spaces. I mean, the Garden of Unearthly Delights has been one of the biggest success stories. Yeah. You know, that was a venue started by 3 entrepreneurs 10 years ago, and it's, you know, from one Spiegel tent, and now it's huge. Yeah. You know, I'd love to see venues like Tuxedo Cat, Arcade Lane, Higher Ground. You know, the list just goes on and on and on. I'd like to see them, you know, even bigger and even more popular and, you know, with thousands of people, you know, going to these venues. That's what I'd like to see. Opening night of the Fringe, because we're running the parade down King William Street, and the opening night's all about parties in all the different venues. I'd love to see, say, maybe in 5 years' time, the whole of the city is blocked of all traffic, and the party is over the whole of the city. I reckon that would be amazing. I really think explore the entire city and go to some of these venues. There's free Fringe buses travelling around the city. There's 2 of them. There's rainwater tanks everywhere that are bus stops. Get on the bus and go to one of these venues and go and see something you've never seen before.
Thank you so much for coming down. Hopefully see you in April when I'm back. It's been wonderful. I've been passionate. Have a great night.
It was absolutely incredible.
Amazing. So his songs make me think a lot.
It's bloody British humour. It was wonderful. I had a little tear there at the end, I've got to say.
We did cry.
Absolutely amazing.
Felt tingly and I cried.
He's hot.
I don't think it's often that you can go into a show with an artist that you've never heard of before and be so moved by their music. It was amazing.
I'd like to invite my very good friend, Mr. Stu Larson, onto the stage. Can you give him a massive round of applause? This song is called Hearts on Fire, and it's quite a romantic little song, and I actually wrote it for Stu. I didn't.
I think what seems to affect people is the honesty. You know, is that thing that life isn't just happy or just miserable. It's kind of a bit of both, and a bit silly and a bit ridiculous as well. So I try and, I guess, get that across in my music as best as I can. You know? That tree's quite cool, isn't it? Oh man, I'm an athlete. Here. Shit. What am I doing? See, no problem at all for an athlete like me. Suddenly just kind of going on the road on your own and busking and staying in hostels, and it's bizarre, you know, it's weird and quite confronting. But at the same time, it's very freeing as well. I love it, man. I think, again, it kind of goes with that honesty. No smoke machines or bullshit around your music. It's just you on the street singing your songs, and if people want to listen, they can, and it's free, and there's no obligation, and if they don't, then you go and grab a sandwich or whatever, and there's, you know what I mean? I think that's really nice. I think a lot of the songs come from just travelling around, meeting people, staying in hostels. It's actually needed to be vulnerable and honest and open. I think the idea of a great song It's just writing something, usually pretty simple, like harnessing a very simple idea and putting it simply to music, and you know what I mean, like, and connecting with people. I think people think songwriting's a real mystery at times, but actually it's not. It's really simple. Yeah, this is amazing. Like this garden of unearthly delights and pig children. Where else do you find pig children in 2012? So yeah, it's good.
So, what are you looking forward to at this year's Fringe? Okay, yeah, good.
Okay, your name used to be Will. What are you doing here, Will? Well, I'm here tonight at one of the Adelaide Fringe Festival's more unique venues, the Old Adelaide Jail. And it's an absolutely amazing space. It was built in 1841 and was in operation for 147 years. But during the Fringe Festival, the jail is the setting for Chants de Catacombe, a macabre musical theatre production. Now joining me tonight is director Bryce Ives and performer Anna Bullock.
We're here at the Old Adelaide Jail. It's full of mystery, intrigue. It's very dark at night. Three glorious women, Anna Bullock, Laura Burscott, Zoe McDonald, haunting this place through songs and stories. It's a site-specific show, so it's one of the few major site-specific pieces for the Fringe. The audience arrive at the jail, they get an entire experience. From the moment you arrive in this place, things are happening, a story is being constructed. It's an experience. We call it immersive music theatre experience. It's not a musical, it's not a cabaret, it's not an opera, and it's not a promenade piece, it's all of those things. Our training's constantly preparing us for whatever might happen. So I guess with this show, we probably had like 40 or 50 ideas, and about 20 of them happen in this space. Everyone in Adelaide's so kind to us, and I mean, I don't mean just us, but the Fringe is loved by this city. There is a Fringe in Melbourne as well, but it's not like this. You know, it's not, this is sort of a really major international event, and you just get the feeling that everyone in the city's proud of it, and everyone comes along and supports the work.
And I have the very beautiful Hans.
The headliner of the Fringe, hello.
And with eyelashes I would kill for.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I did kill somebody for these eyelashes. And I sewed them onto my own eyes. Which is, you know, it's a nice gesture, I think.
I think so. Look, it's gone to a good home, so what can you do?
And it's...
The Fuse Festival, as part of the Fringe, brings together 80 of the hottest bands from around Australia to perform 2 massive nights of free concerts at 18 of the best live music venues around Adelaide.
Always excited to be involved, never know what to expect here at the Fuse.
So I'm sitting out the back of the Jade Monkey here as part of the Fuse Festival, and with me I've got Tim and Justin from The Sun and the Sky. Boys, how are we?
Good. Cheers. Yeah, good.
How did you first become involved with the Fuse Festival?
I've got a couple mates actually who were surprised that we weren't in it, but that's because we didn't have a band. And so as soon as we got a band, we decided to get involved. It's about meeting new people as well, so it's sort of like a condensed year, you know, in a couple of days where you can see people from the industry, meet other people in bands, and hopefully tee up a few gigs and that kind of thing.
Do you get excited when the Fringe Festival is on?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this town comes alive. Last year we sort of hijacked the Fringe opening and then it rained out and we were the only entertainment for miles around, and so we didn't get arrested after all. Like, nothing cool happened except we played 3 sets of music and people danced in the street. It was amazing, but like no arrests, sadly. And you know, it's that sort of anything can happen Fringe vibe that we like.
I think we'll be a roundabout place for the Fringe. We like to absorb as much as possible and check out all the bands playing. There's a lot going on.
Alright, on guitar! the sun in the sky. Thanks for coming out.
You're watching Fringe TV!
Well, that's it for episode 1. Thanks so much for watching, and a big thanks to all the people who are on the show. We've got heaps coming up next week, so make sure you stay tuned.
And remember, if you guys have got anything you think we should check out as part of the Fringe, make sure you get in touch via our Facebook or our Twitter page, and stay tuned to www.ourworldtoday.com.au/Fringe TV. We'll see you next time, guys.
See ya!